What's up guys, Big Ape 93 here today to bring you my DragonBall Super episode 49 review. This episode is entitled A Message from the Future, Goku Black Invades. The episode itself starts out where we left off last week, but the tension ends shortly after Bulma slaps Trunks and snaps him back into reality. Once Trunks realizes where he is, he's obviously confused because the last time that he saw Goku, he had chosen to stay dead after the incident with Cell. Goku explains that a lot has happened since then and that basically he was able to come back to life. Trunks then apologizes, and after this he sees Bulma and it gets very emotional. Meanwhile, Kid Trunks is still confused as to what's going on. And while this is all going on, we have another filler segment with the Pilaf gang presuming that this is an illegitimate child, the running gag from last week. And while this is going on, Beerus and Whis have a very good assumption about what's going on. After this, Trunks calls Vegeta Dad, which adds more fire to the Pilaf gang's speculation, to which they create a big fuss over, which leads to Bulma explaining finally to everyone that they are indeed one and the same, and that the Trunks before them is one from the future. After all this, they do a little 5-second bit scene where Trunks notices present time Mai, although we don't know for sure if he realizes that is indeed who it is. Everyone after this then reconvenes at the time machine, with the Pilaf gang and Trunks still kinda confused as to what's going on, and then future Trunks explains to Kid Trunks that he has met him once before when he was a baby. Although, for Kid Trunks' sakes, he left out the part where Vegeta refused to save him, but what are you gonna do? While this is going on, we cut back to the future and we get a bit with Black, as he's still confused as to what just happened. And then he seemingly investigates the spot where Trunks disappeared from, and his Ring of Time, as he called it, activates, opening up a hole in time and space. Cut back to the present, where we have Whis explaining to everyone why time travel was strictly forbidden even among the gods, as he explains to what amounts to the butterfly effect for us in our terms. He explains that going back in time to change one thing can change everything, which Trunks and everyone else had already learned from their experience with Cell. Right after this, though, Beerus surmises that the right course of action would be to destroy them all. The tone is really serious here, but it's not without its comic relief, because what's Dragon Ball without a little comic relief here and there, as Trunks mistakenly thinks that Whis is the god and not Beerus. As you can imagine, this upsets Beerus, but it's kind of funny because that seems to be a running gag every time somebody new meets Beerus and Whis. They always think that Whis is the god and not Beerus. Trunks then pleads with Beerus to punish him instead in Bulma's place, to which Goku interjects and asks Beerus for a favor to let this one slide, which he agrees, as you can imagine, but what does he want in return? A tasty food that he hasn't had yet. I mean, this guy is going to wind up having tried everything, and then what are they going to do? I know many of you are wondering what could they possibly give Beerus to let time travel slide. Well, we get a comedic relief here, and it's a sausage stick, to which Beerus and Whis both enjoy it a lot. After this, we cut back to Goku's house, where Krillin and Piccolo are finishing up the crop race that started a few episodes ago, and then Chi-Chi comes out with Goten and informs them that a time machine has appeared at Capsule Corp, to which Piccolo surmises it's Trunks, and he's kind of worried about why he would come back to this time, asking himself what could have happened. After this, we get a scene with Pilaf thinking about using the time machine to go back in time and get a coin that he dropped getting a soda one day, which is pretty funny a little bit. And Bulma explains even if she wanted to let him to, that he couldn't because there's no fuel left. Bulma struggles to understand the designs and concepts for the time machine, and in a fuss, she hits the dashboard really hard, prompting a secret compartment to open up, and a journal from future Bulma falls out. Goku asks Trunks if something happened in the future, to which we actually get a good little reveal here to a question that everyone in the fandom has been dying to know, just because Vegeta asked him by chance was it Majin Buu that was causing the destruction. Trunks replies no, but then he actually goes into detail about what happened in his timeline when Deborah and Babidi showed up, to which we get a little animated flashback showing Trunks confronting Deborah and Bobbity, and Deborah's getting the better of him, and then Trunks explains that he had help from the Supreme Kai in his time, and he was able to defeat Bobbity and Deborah and prevent the emergence of this so-called Majin Buu, as he put it. Trunks goes on to tell them that there has been a much more powerful foe that had come into his time and began destroying the Earth. And in typical Dragon Ball fashion, Goku and Vegeta are amused by the potential challenge that this person could be. To which we actually get a little bit more on what happened and how Black arrived in Trunks' world. He explains that he had been fighting him for over a year, and when he did arrive, he introduced himself as Son Goku, and he explained that he had destroyed tons of other worlds and planets, and that he was going to destroy humanity for the sake of justice. Now, I wonder what that could mean. Let's hear what you think down below. Trunks also explained that in the year's time that he had fought him, every time he did fight him, he got stronger and stronger until it became too much for him to handle. We get the bit here where Trunks tells them that they coined the name Goku Black for him, to which Bulma makes fun of naming this until Trunks explains that it was her that gave him the name Goku Black. It's after this that things get a little bit more serious, because he informs them that future Bulma did indeed die before he came back to this time. And much to my surprise, this actually angers Vegeta. Now, whether or not it was Bulma dying or the fact that Trunks, a Saiyan warrior, decided to run away rather stay and fight, I'm thinking that's more what it could be, but it could also be that in his mind it's Bulma too as well. And while Vegeta is jumping all over Trunks, Bulma intervenes and explains that from future Bulma's message that the actual intent of the mission was to get help to go back and fight Goku Black. After this, everyone agrees that this will be the new mission to get back to the future to help Trunks take out Goku Black. But as far as the episode names and titles of the upcoming episodes, it looks like a big deal of the fighting that could happen is going to take place in the present, but we'll get to that in a little bit. We then get a bit with Goku wanting to spar with Trunks to test his powers in comparison to Black. Trunks starts out at Super Saiyan 2 right off the bat, to which Goku is impressed that he was actually able to get that far all by himself with no one else to help him train in the future. After this, Trunks tells him that even the power of SS2 is no match for Goku Black. Having informed Goku of this, Goku decides to take it up to the next level, and he surprises Trunks with Super Saiyan 3, which he easily overwhelms Trunks. And I do like that in this little segment here, if you didn't watch it, we got a little throwback to the original meeting between the two, where Goku stops Trunks' sword with just his fingers, and it was very nostalgic. I found myself just feeling like I was a kid again watching that. It's also important to note, but keep in mind this is purely speculation, that Beerus and Whis were noting how good Trunks was, and maybe they could be looking to scout him out for the tournament in the future. Think about it. You have Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, a newly improved Gohan, hopefully, and Piccolo as Team Beerus in the next tournament. I think that would be pretty good. After everything settles back down, though, Trunks reveals that even in his Super Saiyan 3 form that Goku may still not be a match for Black, and it's at this time that Piccolo and Krillin appear. Piccolo asks Trunks if something has happened in the future, but before he gets the chance to reply, the skies darken and Black appears through the hole in time and space that he created earlier. He begins to analyze the situation, noticing Trunks is here, and he wonders why he's in a place like this. To which he sees Son Goku, as he put it, and then Goku goes, "So you're Black," to which the episode ends. Now, as far as the preview goes, it looks like we're going to get Goku vs. Black, the first encounter, next week. And it looks like from the preview that Black has given Goku a run for his money. And at the same time, it kind of looks like he's not even trying. But that's all we get in the preview. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the episode, the review, and if you wouldn't mind, please subscribe and like. And if you want to get more in-depth about things, you can always follow me on Twitter at BigApe93, or you can like my Facebook page, which is also BigApe93. And as always, I would like to thank you guys for watching, and you all have a wonderful day.